What you're looking at here is a sample of the report that we run for IB exam results. So here on the first page, you can see this is the cohort overview. We've got the total PGs for the student, what they actually received in the course grades, the bonus points, and then their final points. And with that comes the core results. Here you can see the students, what their EE predicted was, what their TOK predicted was, what they actually got, and then their overall bonus points. These are converted to numerical values to make it work with the software. You also have a breakdown of how many of each of the TOK scores that you received and how many of each of the EE grades were received. If you want to look at which students received an A in TOK, you just click on this and it will filter out so you can look at just the students who got an A. And to turn it back off, you just click again. The next page is the course overview. Here we have the entire program overview. To use this, you'll click on here and you'll pick your group that you want to look at. Maybe we want to look at sciences. You can click on only sciences. You can click on collections of these. And then what that will do is then filter to the different courses that are taught within the sciences. So maybe we want to look at biology and we want to look at just the SL courses. So we'll turn off the HL. So here we can see that the score breakdowns, we had 1-6, 3 5s, 3 4s, and 1 3. Those are the actual grades. You've got your predicteds here. The predicted's accuracy is starting with the predicted, subtracting the actual score, and then that's how you get the accuracy. So here we've got 3 people, about 38%, were over predicted by 1. We had 25% were under predicted by 1, and then you had 3 people who were spot on with their predictions. And then the overall percentages are done over here as well. This is useful if you have people that are over or under predicted by more than 1 point. So maybe you've got 2 points that are scored. It will aggregate the percentages for over and under predicteds there. You can also see how they did with the PGs and actual grades here, line by line, student by student. And if we go in and we select all students, so now if I click back on the HL and I've got all the courses selected, we can see down here you might have some students with a 2 next to their name, or a 3 possibly. These are students who doubled up in that group. So Albert Einstein had both a design tech and physics scores. So that's why they're broken into 2 separate ones. But when you look at the overall scores, Albert Einstein has both of those things added in together. Again, you can break down by predicteds, and here you can now see how we've got the aggregated over and under predicted based on multiple scores going over and under. Finally, we have the course components. And what we'll do here is, again, we'll just select one of the groups. So let's look at the apps course, and we'll look at the SL version of the SL level of the apps course. So here we can see that the students earned a lower IA score and that they did a little bit better on paper 1 than they did paper 2. So what this would tell me is that we need to maybe get some training or some review for the teachers who are doing this one. Maybe the teacher can moderate with someone else in their department, or they can go to an external training. And we can see that their paper 1 and paper 2 scores, they're fairly similar, but if we could see one of these scores being drastically lower than the other, then we would also know that for our teaching and learning, we need to focus more on that particular component than the others. We also have, again, the line items here for each individual student and how they did on each of the different aspects. We have some overall marks here for the IA and the moderation of the IA. And here we have another breakdown of the IA and the moderation of the IA. So here we've got Duke Ellington, who had 18 on their IA from their teacher, but the moderation was all the way down to a 10. So the moderation was 8 points, or 80%. So with all of this data, you can start to see the different levels of training that teachers might need. Maybe there needs to be more moderation with their IAs internally, with other peers, and there's just a lot of data to be extracted here. Imagine this for all of the different subjects, all of the different groups, and you've got a very powerful tool.